Good afternoon, all, and good morning, wherever you are joining me this afternoon. You are welcome to the 20th edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. Now, today, before we go into any analysis, we want to really emphasize on our, what is happening globally in the economy, in the world, and also down to our own economy, and also our key tools we use in trading, because trading is risky at any time. Since it's risky, if you not forget your stop loss at any time, your entry confirmation, that means your entry and exit strategy, and at the same time your profit target. All these are what I will emphasize every day, because this class is more of education and how for you to protect your capital. Because without capital, you can't play this market. No matter how smart you are, no matter how novice you are, no matter professional, if you don't have capital, you can only see, analyze, and see market is going up. You are not part in the market, you are not partaking, it becomes just like a news to you. And for you to really partake and also take advantage of information we are sharing here, and also you being a technician in the market, you must have capital to play the market. That is why anything I know that is important and is necessary for you to protect that capital, I will always emphasize. That's why I say you should take away emotion when you are trading. Your stop loss should be there number one at all times. Whether it's a volatile market or whatever market it is, your stop loss is key, so that you can know exactly when to cut your loss and move toward the next position that is available at that particular time. Yes, I will tell you that oil price is set to hit almost a 2008 high as we speak now. It touched as high as $135 before coming down to rest at 130 as we speak now. That means this movement in oil price as a result of escalating situation in in Ukraine, and also with Russia invasion, that is driving the commodity market to where it is. I'll tell you on that note, even the other commodities that are being affected because of the continuous sanction coming from different countries, from US, from Canada, from Germany, from UK, just to make sure that they curtail this crisis. On that note, you and I as a trader or investor will take advantage of this information that are coming, and this is also to better our portfolio, and also for us also to plan ahead of where crisis, if markets start to go down anymore from now. That means it is time for you also to plan how to invest in defensive stocks, how to trade defensive stocks, because I always tell you that in any market you are playing, there are strong group of stocks and also strong sectors. Those strong group of stocks should also guide you know what to do with those stocks, and those group of strong sectors in any market you are playing, and any instrument you are playing. For that, now that we are seeing what is happening back here in our market, we know that this is our earning season. Over the weekend, we saw the result that were released to the market by UBA and GT Code. And this result, I find for UBA, I'll tell you, that is really an excellent result. Yes, people will say that they are paying 1 naira, which is will to move the price. I'll tell you, altogether, they are paying 1 naira for 2021 financial year. It's a good improvement compared to what they did in 2020. For that, if you are in UBA, I would say you should put your position, especially if you're an income investor, put your position. And also for GT Code, yes, they maintain their previous year payout. That is 2.70 kobo, flat of 3 naira altogether. While Zenith Bank is ahead, and the price are almost at the same level. For me, here you need to take advantage of what will move GT Code from here, from this moment to the end of the year. As expecting their Q1 now, I've seen already their full year. With the acquisition they are doing now, or their new holding structure, will it impact their bottom line? That's what you should be thinking. For Zenith Bank, what is Zenith Bank doing to make sure that they become more stronger to compete with other that are like assets that are waxing strong, now acquiring more banks to know what are they doing. All this will guide you when you are taking. That is why I said you must know those stocks that are in your strong group, and also that are strong sector. Then you now think of stock like a like Techplat that is rallying based on what the movement on oil price. Now Techplat has gone above 1,000 naira. Which oil company again that is ready to? If you look at that, what is happening in one day, I'll tell you technically it look good, but as oil price moved higher, which I know before the end of second quarter 2020 by God grace, if this crisis is not curtailed at this level, oil price might likely hit what 150. And also all those other commodities like wheat and others, if not checked, it will also go higher. And don't forget that even when settlement comes tomorrow on it, it will take a while for them to to repair what has been destroyed or even to reorganize everything before we can start getting inflow from those zones. For me, that means for you as a trader or an investor, it's time for you to look at your portfolio and see which side of the market should I be. Should I go defensive at this period, or should I wait till end of any season? It is now your decision. But I'll tell you, your technical analysis at all time will tell you the right time to sell and then to buy, and at the same time how to manage your risk. That is why any successful trader or investor in the market must know how to use technical analysis, because that is the tools for you to manage your risk. Because the fundamental will always tell you that this stock is good, but fundamental will not tell you exactly when to sell. But if I use technical analysis, you can know where a stock is at oversold period and overbought period. When you know all this, it will guide you when to enter and when to jump. And also when you are using your candlestick, because I said it earlier in this class that candlestick either on a and 5 for 5 minutes chart or 1 hour chart, a day chart, on weekly chart, monthly or quarterly, it tells you behavior of people in the market, the psychology behind those stocks, the movement. That's why in Investdata we have what we call sentiment report at the end of the day, at the end of the week, just so that you know activities behind the price. You might see the price in what once you look at the candlestick will speak to you. I will tell you that candlestick is the best way to know what behavior that is being displayed in the market, because it will reflect on the candlestick. That is why I tell you that for you to be a successful trader, you must know how to read your candlestick and also how to use your technical analysis. Once this is done, you are good to go. Because I tell you that the only way to confirm your entering, either you are exiting or you are going to enter the market, that you must have what to guide you. You must know the direction of the market, the trend of the stock, where it's going. Once all this is noted, that means you are about to move. Like I tell you that in technical analysis, the truth is that you don't cram anything, you don't memorize anything. All you don't know, look at the pictures, the chart, it will tell you what is happening and you act. It's not like others you want to go and cram. No. Look at the chart itself, it will speak to you. Chart will talk, it will tell you where whether it's trading or going up, it will talk. If you look at also other indicators, to help you a lot to confirm direction. That is why in technical analysis, you must know those key candlestick that also speak to you, to know exactly when to catch either a minor breakout, a major breakout, a minor reversal. And if you want to know those candlesticks, that's why you need to get the Investdata technical tools box to get all this, so that at the end of the day, it will kind of help you to understand how to use these tools effectively. But the simple way that you can look at what called reversal candlestick is there, or call hammer, and also the flag dodge. These are one that will tell you exactly what to do at different times, because it communicates the right time. It gives you a clue where market is likely to turn, or the commodity or the stock you are trading or the future you are trading, where it's likely to turn. Once you have this at the back of your mind, it will go a long way also to guide you. That is why at any given time, look at your chart. Chart is very, very important. Yes, we want to bring the state of the market to you before we go into looking at our chart this morning. I want to tell you the state of the market. Yes, the state of the market at this hour. Don't forget that the market opened around 10 o'clock. Now we're already in the midday, and this is what we call midday trading. Now we're expecting the afternoon traders to start arriving at the market, and that will change the face of the market. But before I continue, if you look at the all-share index is marginally up by 0.03. Yes, not in red now, but already in green. That means the market tried to resist what we saw on Friday, which also, if you look at the candlestick formation as at that Friday at the end of market, you see that yes, market also tried to find the way up. Because if you look at the last trading day of the previous week, where we had that the market was declining because of panic or selling or panic trading by investors and traders in the market, you see that the market was coming down, but the decline was also on a low traded volume. As the decline was, as the momentum was decreasing, also volume was decreasing, because as at the midweek we saw around 0.24, while on Thursday we saw about 0.14. Then on Friday, which was the last trading day for that week, we saw 0.06. It tells you that there's a decline, and also we saw that volume was. That means many people or many traders in the market or players in the market are not ready to exit, waiting for what to see those earnings, because we saw earlier their unaudited account for the month of January. Now we're already in February. Those that have 60 days, some of them have released the result. We expect that more also released as we go into this week. Today is the first day of this week. That means this week we're expecting. Then those that have released in March also will release more. These are the things that will also look. If you look at the economic data that were so far released to the market, they are not negative. They are still positive, pointing that the economy is still recovering. Don't forget that by next week also we are expecting to see another consumer price index for the month of February, which also confirm. But with the fuel prices we are seeing in our economy now, what will be the impact on the inflation? It is when inflation figure will come, we'll see. But we know exactly what the implication will look like. And at the same time, how are you going to benefit from what is happening in oil sector? We're seeing commodity market moving. Now here, down here, we're seeing that fuel is is a bit scarce, and also we're seeing that yes, the price of most fuel stations has doubled. Some are saying they're selling for 200, some are saying they're selling for 220, some are saying 180, depending on wherever you are. That means that this will be kind of impact the bottom line of those filling stations, but that the price they are collecting from where let's say for one load their main product might not be up to that price, but I'll tell you this activity is also going to impact on prices of goods and services. That also inflation we're talking, and that is what is already driving some mature economy before this crisis of Ukraine came and all those stuff. But for me, I believe that there's no cause for alarm as far as you are on your chart every day to know what is happening, and your surplus is there to guide you, and you are not being emotional in terms of taking your decision. When you see when to exit, you exit quickly. That's the way to go. As I was saying that the market is slightly in green, gaining 0.003. Also, the market as we speak now is at 47,280.56. Yes, no, the top traders or the top trade for the hour as we speak now remain UBA topping the most active stock today in terms of volume, followed by Transcorp, Codvi, UPDC, and UCAP. Then in terms of gainers, already we are seeing a kind of a slight negative market break, because speaking now we're having a 9 decliner against 8 advancer. Let's tell you that for this, you can see that marginally the market is still not settled. We're seeing more sellers as well, marginal with one. We'll see until the market close today won't conclude. But as one, going to our discussion, we'll see where market is going when we go to a chart to see that position. But among the 9 decliner, the top losers here are UPDC, Multiverse, Jais Bank, and UBN. UBN, Union Bank of Nigeria, and ICO. Here, the top gainers among the 8 advancer. One here is the top gainer here. The top gainer is WAPIC, followed by Cornerstone Insurance, Honeywell, Flower, UBA, and ABC Transport. These are the top 5 gainers as we speak. And this will give you an insight what is happening. I said that UBA released their result. Yes, at market close at the end of trading on Friday, we saw that their final payout was 80 kobo, which is good plus their trim of 2, bringing all together 1 naira. Then we know what we're expecting in Transport. Transport, because they shifted their board meeting, saw how the market treated that stock. It dropped as well as almost getting to 197 kobo again, and then that is a good time to buy because we are still expecting their number to come. Then we want to quickly look at the market, state of the market, technically what the market is doing and where we should go from here. As you look at the chart already, this candlestick we are seeing, you can see that if you draw a line like this, also an uptrend. Market has not really changed trend. That means if you first thing you want to do before you bring in start calling on other indicators, is to just to bring a trend line here. Okay, let's start from where the market trend line here, draw it up to this level. It's still an uptrend. It's still an uptrend. The trend has not broken down on it as far as the what we call a NGS index action is still above the trend line, so that it's still positive. But the trend is not enough for it to go. That's why we call other indicators to give you an to help you confirm the state of the market is at the time you are looking at this moment now. But really looking at our trend line, I think that the market has not broken down the trend line. Yes, let's quickly now call up our T line and others indicators to see where the market is going. Don't forget that we are seeing, it's a sign that we will know where is the market going from here. That will be a good indicator to tell us this is what the next step to take. We have seen that most of the big names now results are already here. We're expecting others to release. We have seen GTP, we have seen Zenith Bank, we have seen UBA. We're waiting for Access and Access and First Bank that are the Fuga family to release their result. If Access surprise the market, that will be another the major surprise of 2022. But people are saying if Access can give us a 1 naira or 2 naira dividend, if that happens, you can see that Access will go. But let's wait and see the result. If it happens, Access will be the next one that investors will become the darling of investors. But let's wait and see the number. I believe today, before close of business today, we might likely to see the number of Access depending on CBN release. But we know that they've sent it to the regulator for now. Let's see what will come from it. Yes, 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 yes. From the indicators we are seeing this morning, we have seen the Bollinger Band is still kind of like the weak or the low momentum is still extending because the market is still side trending at this point. Market has remained on a side trending mode despite the kind of the little pullback we saw for the 30 days. It still remain on that that level because market has not broken down this 47,200 and 200, let's say 200. But the major place we are looking at to confirm a really breakdown is when you see the market breaking down 47,000 mark. For me, that is where I will say there's big correction. But to speak now, I call it a profit taking and panic selling that brought the market down last week with a 0.13. But today we are already seeing a move that market is likely to resist decline until the end of the day. But at this hour, we are seeing that yes, we are seeing a positive momentum because the first thing I look at your MACD, see the MACD is still bearish as we speak, and also moving the same direction with the index because this was down the previous 3 trading days, which you can see here after the histogram as looking up to crossover for the last 3 days. You can see it here started coming, still extending it on the bearish below the signal line, which is good. But what you do here, you need to also look at another indicator. If you come back here and look at the money flow index as at this hour, it has moved to as high as almost 68.70 this morning, and it's still up at this hour on a 1 hour chart. For quick one, let me look at what is doing on also on hourly chart. Let's see what the is doing. On hourly chart, you can equally see that the blue line is almost crossing the red line of this MACD. MACD is a signal line. Once they cross each other from that, it's a good sign of a bullish trend. But we are seeing here that MACD is looking positive. While on our hourly chart, we see that money flow is also slowing down at around 41.62. Yes, you can see that there's a kind of a missed trend, missed confirmation or missed direction with the indicators. But the good thing that the market on our hourly chart has remained flat. You can see it here, remain flat. But now on our hourly chart, another thing to confirm that market is trading below the 20 days moving average on 1 hour chart. Trading below the moving average. The trading moving average is the red line, and trading below the 20 days moving average, and also straight onward on the T line. Tells you that okay, you need to look at it very well. But for me, there's no cause for alarm. The market is still intact in terms of on a daily time frame and weekly. We're still looking at seeing a positive trend. Let's see what the market will end today. But we believe that as market traders react to these numbers that are coming, now we see that UBA is among the top gainers this morning. Here it might not be too much, but because of the result of announced to the market is reacting to it. But if not that there is a missed reaction in terms of what's happening globally, I would have seen more reaction to UBA. But I still believe that towards the markdown, we might see a positive sentiment in UBA. But as to speak now, if you are UBA, I would say you put your position, especially if you are income investor. UBA, have something to deliver. I said it that the banking sector in the year 2022 might see kind of either a little improvement or a flat improvement. But for those of the banks that are really keen into the new payment system with the trade African trade zone, we expect them to have a better performance going into the future because it's another source of income for them. And don't forget that this is also pre-election year. There's a movement of money here and there. That's why also you need to don't forget to play with your what, with your stop loss and other tech analysis indicator to help you manage this kind of market. For me, the market on a day chart is still very strong. You can see, even though you draw a line here, you can see this is an uptrend already, and the money flow is looking up to, like I said earlier, around 68.6 to 770, which is good. It's above the 50 days, which is very, very important. But quick one, let me quickly look at the, the relative strength index, what is saying at this hour, but they all have different information to give to us when the market is on like this. That's why we don't joke with them. Let's quickly look at what is happening, what RSI is saying, because it's very, very important. Yeah, what RSI is saying is very, very important. Also, yeah, RSI here. Let's see what RSI is saying. But all these are for confirmation. RSI for me on a day chart is above 50, which is already around the 65 point something, which is almost around the 70 and looking up the sign of strength. But let's see how the market will close the day. For me, there's no cause for alarm. But before we start talking of a conclusion for this day, we want to look at some charts. We want to look at UBA chart result that came, how the chart of UBA is looking at, and also the chart of UCAP. UCAP is this week is the markdown for UCAP. This morning the stock has touched as high as 14 naira or 14.10 before pulling back to the same trend 13 naira 90 that closed on Friday. We want to look at these two stocks price action, how they look like, and use other indicators to confirm. Let's quickly look at UBA first. Let's look at what is happening in UBA. That will give us information. Let's see what's happening in UBA. Let's see what's happening in United Bank for Africa. Our market is performing, what the chart or the price action is telling us at this hour that we're discussing. It's up by 0.03, but we want to confirm what is the chart saying about the stock. Is it a positive thing that we should hold this stock? But that is why that is why we're also doing this live class, so that we will know the position of the stocks that just release results and how market is reacting as the trading is live. Now we need to check and also conclude and see where we are going from here. Here's quick one. UBA chart is coming up gradually. Yeah, this is the chart of UBA. Want to pertain into candlestick. You can see this an hourly a day chart. Let me put it at an hourly chart. You can see an hourly chart of UBA. This is a very trendy stock. You can see the movement up here, down here, up here, down, up here. It's coming down again. And this is another opportunity that it might come up to level up here, then before another of a breakout. But this morning we have seen on hourly chart, you can see there's a breakout up here. You can see the price here around touching as high as even 860 this morning before trading at the current price is doing by 855. For me, this is a good sign. But let's go back to our day chart to see how it looks like, so that we can draw some of our indicators here. If you look at, if I draw a trend line here, you can see that this chart has broken down the trend line. You can see that the trend line here where you're supposed to see the trend line before now. You can see that if you look at check from here, this point, but immediately touch here, it broke down here. But we're seeing a resistance candlestick here before this upward. The information market will tell you before you see this. As you are seeing this an uptrend there, kind of a breakout here or a gap up here, you know that something that triggered this, and which is the result. That's why I said chart tells you everything. Once you see this, you ask question. That is where you know that they are released results, because this stock was pulling back before you saw sudden reversal at the market. And something is behind the reversal, and which is good. For me, it's a good one for UBA, that the result is good and their payout is not totally bad. For me, it's a good one. Let's bring other indicators to our discussion on the chart. We have seen the state of the chart now. First of all, we at the polygon band to see where it is. You can see that today's price on a daily chart have even tested the 20 days moving average in a polygon band, which is good for me. let's quickly go to our T line to see where the T line is here, and also other indicators that we use for our analysis. Call our MACD, call out our money flow, and call our Fibonacci exponential. It is very, very important to us. Let's also go back here, click it, see what are you seeing here now as analyst or a chartist. You can see that the the blue, the T line, the this the last candlestick here now on this breakout here. You can see that it's above the T line. But before, you can see that the we have broken down the T line when it formed this this candlestick here, and you saw it's a bear candle. If you know exactly, that's why I said your T line will give you confirmation. Even when it caught it here, it gave you sign. You know what to do. Once you see it here, you sell off. Yeah, it's coming up, cut it off, you buy. Now it's also above it already. You should know that it's a good one. It's above it. Not like everybody can jump into UBA as a income investor. You can see it here. And also, don't forget that UBA first quarter also will be coming in April. These are the things to also guide you. But if you come back to your MACD, consider your MACD already here is a bearish, which also is a sign that the MACD, the momentum indicators and the price index or price action are moving the same. You can see it was already a bearish situation for UBA on MACD. You can see it here. We're about to see. But the good thing is that this morning you can see your moving out your money flow index turning up again to see to reflect the buying situation in UBA this morning because of the dividend they announced, the corporate action. That means you need also to wait in UBA. If you are there, there's no cause for you to start running in UBA at this point because everything still look okay with the result we are seeing in UBA. You can still hold your position. Quick one, we go to UCAP. Then, if time permits us, I would like us to look at UBA together. To look at UBA, sorry, assets together. To look at assets together to know the state of assets at this moment. We are now that we know exactly what is happening. This is stock that is price will be adjusted for 150 people dividend by on the 9th, which is supposed to be on at the the midweek, that is on Wednesday, hopefully by God grace. That is the position of the stock now. As we speak, see that it's still selling at 13.95 kobo after it had touched 14 naira this morning, and we are not surprised that tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is another day for the stock that we know exactly what to do. But if you are in this stock, I would say you should hold your position and don't panic out from stock like UCAP at this point. But we are seeing opportunity that UCAP also rebound even after the markdown. Unless what is happening globally turn and become something else, or on the strength of the performance of the company and how it's being run, we spread that this tempo might likely continue even at the adjust down. You can see when it will gap up when the dot came to the market. You can see here before the correction, profit taking coming back in. You can see that this morning it had touched 14 naira before it came to this level of 13.95. For me, the stock a candlestick or technical position is still very, very in order. But we can't just conclude. We want to just look at other indicators to tell us exactly what is happening in the stock. You can see when there was a breakout that see the momentum there, the activity there increased, and that Bollinger Band come wider instead of thinning down. This one will tell you that when you see that kind of breakout with volume and all those activities, it tells you that people are really taking a position in the stock. But for me, for UCAP, I said it earlier that if you are there, there's no cause for alarm. Just take what you want to take. The dividend, take it. It's attractive. The yield is high. Considering what is happening in the fixed income market today, this yield of almost 11 at this point now is still okay for me. You can see that the stock pullback when it was sell off. See now, the cross here, you see when was there this breakout, you see that the Bloomberg was widened. You see, and you saw the volume that was high here. This was a very strong volume up. Then you also saw that the histogram was going up. MACD was very bullish. As we speak now, MACD is trying to go bearish, but it has not confirmed because it's still above the signal line. But with the histogram here, you can see that it's already coming down, while the stock is trying to trend here, coming down here. But now that the market is a bit flat, until we see the end of the day where the MACD will go. But MACD have not gone bearish as we speak now, still bullish. Now, and also fund is still entering the stock above 70 to read at almost 73. For me, this is stock that you can see where the fund have come to level when they announced the result, hit as high as that 14 naira before pulling back. Then the particular touching, going back to break out this resistance is there, depending on position. I will see tomorrow 8, which is the qualification day of the stock. Let's see how it goes. But for me, if you are in the stock, there's no need to panic, because if at the end of the month of March, by April, we are seeing their first quarter, that should guide you for this UCAP. Yeah, the last one I said we want us to quickly look at assets together before assets result hit the market. Let's see what assets is doing at this point. If you know what assets is doing, it will go a long way to tell us what we should do. You know what assets is doing, sorry. You know what assets is doing at this point. You know what assets is doing at this point. It's very, very important to check. Yes, assets is still a bit flat at gaining just 0.47. But for me, let's look at the chart of assets. We saw the formation of assets at the end of trading on Friday. Let's look at the chart of assets and see what is going on there now. I want to see what is going on in assets to give us more information so that you can hold your position or sell off. But I believe assets at this time, if you are there, is to hold your position. If you are not there, yes, you can take advantage of the low price is selling now to buy in. But let's see how it look like, how assets candlestick look like at this formation on a day chart. You can see the assets has formed what we call a flat indecision here in terms of buy and sell by players of traders and sellers, buyers and the sellers here. For this morning, the stock moved for that moved back again to almost touch the what it closed at 1020, or still around the 1025 now. But the good thing is that the volume that is trading here is not much. I think we'll see a confirmation of a good volume. But for me, for eating up this morning, it's a sign. But let's just still watch. That's why it's a live trading. You can watch to see what is particularly if you are in. Why those that want to buy can get, if you can get it around that 10 to 1040, and if results come by breakout this 1040 or 1040 that has become a strong resistance, not the 1060, 1040. Once you break it out, fine. It depends on the strength of the number and what they are paying as dividend. That is very, very important. Again, let's quickly put all the indicators here before we round up to this class. But before I finish, I also remind you that the master class comes up on the 2nd of April. I told you earlier that how to use all these tools to protect your capital, and we'll go to all go to discuss timing the market. At the same time, defensive sector you want to look at those strong companies, strong group that you need to also put your money, and those sectors that are defensive that also have potential to grow their earning power. Those are where we'll be discussing on the 2nd of April. And I tell you, I said it earlier that all the facilitators are ready. Then I would have told you earlier, and also I am ready. And that means all you need for that day will be put in place, then you get all. That is why if you attend our master class, you don't go just coming to learn alone. Stock that you buy to give you 30% and above, I always say that is available for those that attend. That means you need to key in. And already the good thing that as to speak now, people already know kind of booking their seat, or kind of make sure that they secure their seat for reserve, for them to be reserved. Payment has commenced already, even when we have not started the marketing on our site and all the stuff. The payment has started already. It's a good one. You can see here that I can see a positive indicators for access Access has moved from even as low as touching 20 in terms of the money flow coming back to around 25 as at down 25 to 26, which is good. But the money flow is looking up at this level. It's a good one. And also, if you look at this histogram, you can see that the histogram is also decreasing. Look at these first two here and this third one. You can see that they are not the same. It's a sign. But the volume we are seeing in asset this morning is not encouraging. It's still a very small volume. But I know that when results come to give us the right direction, when it's going, we have to speak now. If you're in access, it's not time for you to check it out. Unless you have made profit, like I always said that if you have met your target, you don't need to work to wait. If you have met your target, you leave the stock and move to that. But those that are entered, newly that are still not made anything, you need to hold your position in access until finally the result hits the market. Once it's done, then we are good to go on that. Yes, thank you very much this afternoon. I look forward to see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. And also, don't forget, if you have any question, feel free to either to send to any of our social media or you wait till the Saturday afternoon, 12 to 1 question and answer session so that then you can all that you have taken, all questions you can come there and ask and answer will be given to you. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your trading day.